Hi, I'm David Bodemer, the editorial director with National Real Estate Investor. I'm here at the New Jersey Real Estate Conference with Michael Seeve from Mountain Development. Now, Michael, you were just on our keynote panel, so can you give us a little bit about highlights about what was discussed, what you were talking about?
The panel had people from different product types, and I was talking about office and industrial. Our company just acquired a couple buildings, including a very substantial vacant office building in Roseland, New Jersey.
Okay.
So we were the optimist on the panel.
Okay.
And still feel
spending
that way.
Money.
Yeah, spending money on vacant office buildings, counting on tenant expansion and tenant activity.
And so, what do you see driving that? Like, what kind of are those particular sectors, or what's?
Two things. Sector-wise, we see healthcare is growing across the board. Every segment of the healthcare business, supply chain, dealing with the end users, all over the place. There's growth, and people need space to do what they do. Beyond that, New Jersey's just very broad by tenant base, by product type, by industry served. There are opportunities across the board because people just need things that are different out of office buildings than they did 5 and 10 years ago when they signed leases. So that creates opportunities for people like us to try to be there with a good solution for big space consumers.
I mean, we've heard some, I guess, anecdotally about companies using less square footage per employee. How does that affect what you're looking at?
Across the board, we see companies are more dense in the way they use space, so the opportunities are twofold. Number one, if you have the parking to accommodate those kind of users, then you can be a good solution, and that solves not just an initial occupancy, but people that are planning forward. And then it's a HVAC sort of end user climate control issue as well. You need a certain amount of capacity to cool denser spaces than you do older spaces. So for our kinds of buildings, we see tenants rolling over in older buildings, and maybe those buildings aren't geared for what people are trying to do today in terms of density. That creates an opportunity.
And in terms of any potential red flags that you see, or anything that gives you pause, I mean, you said you're the optimist, but I figured I might as well ask you that.
It's a challenging environment to do real estate deals, period. They're large commitments. They can tie up balance sheets. It's the kind of thing that usually rises to a board of directors of a company to approve. So those things aren't easy in a market like ours that's still recovering. However, business is business. We see very few companies that come to the office and say, I don't want to grow market share, or I don't want to sell any more widgets, or I want to get smaller tomorrow. People don't really say that. People want to make more money. They want to be more responsive to their customers. They want to do what they do better, and they want to outcompete the people in their space that they do business with. So ultimately, that leads to people thinking critically about their real estate, and that leads to opportunities for people like us.
Great. Well, Michael, thank you so much for taking some time to talk with us.
Thanks for having me.
And continue to watch our coverage from the New Jersey Real Estate Conference.
Thank you.